What is the best diet for weight loss if you're someone that's trying to reduce your body fat? If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Chris and I'm an online fitness coach for women. And in today's video, we're going to talk about what's the best diet for weight loss. So going right into it, what is the best diet for weight loss? Now, this question is probably such a popular question that I get on a regular basis when it comes to weight loss because people are typically trying to, yes, lose body fat, but lose it fast. And when it comes to fitness, it typically seems to be a trend that always comes around when it comes to diets. And I typically don't even like the word diet because it means that you're on a diet, means you're now eating healthy. And to me, a diet is typically what you just eat on a regular basis, how you typically eat, right? So right now, the most popular diets right now, when it comes to the fitness industry, is the ketogenic diet, intermittent fasting, and anything low carb, right? And I'm gonna talk about why those diets may or may not be good for you. So going right into it, when it comes to intermittent fasting, yes, it can work for weight loss, all right? I'm gonna tell you that. All those diets, the keto, intermittent fasting, and low carb can all work for weight loss. And I'm gonna tell you why. But going back into it, intermittent fasting can work for weight loss because it now puts you in a caloric deficit of food restriction. So with intermittent fasting, for anyone that may not know, you typically have a time when you get to eat and a time when you have to stop eating. Your fasting window and your eating window. And when someone does that, they don't realize this, but when you have this start and stop time to eat, you are basically putting yourself in a calorie deficit. And that's all that is. You just don't know that. You think it comes down to the time of the day that you're eating, but it doesn't really matter. If you start eating at 1 p.m. and then stop eating at 8, doesn't matter. If you start eating at 8 a.m. and then stop eating at 5 p.m., it doesn't matter. It does not matter. When you just put yourself in a caloric deficit, doing intermittent fasting, it will work. And the thing about intermittent fasting, it doesn't teach you about calories. It doesn't teach you about how weight loss works. So that when it comes to doing intermittent fasting, you're gonna stop losing weight at some point because at some point, you're gonna probably eat so much food within that eating window that you put yourself in a maintenance, which is taking you out of a deficit. Or you may put yourself in a surplus. And that's what intermittent fasting kind of fails with people because you may think to yourself, eat at this time and stop eating at this time. But someone can now, in their eating window, have more calories. And if you're a big eater like me, you're probably gonna have more calories. Also, what this does is also make you feel like you need to binge and get all this food in this short amount of time. And that's definitely what happened to me when I first started doing that. So you want to think about, can you sustain this over a long period of time? Now, I'm not knocking you if you like intermittent fasting. If it works for you, great, do it. But when it comes to now, over a long period of time, when you're out with friends and family, you may not be able to actually, eat because you're telling yourself, I can't eat just yet. And then you got to readjust your eating window. And like I said, what this does is this doesn't help people understand how many calories they have throughout the day and where their food is coming from. It may make someone think that they can eat junk food and still lose weight, which you can technically, but why would you want to eat junk food? You should want to lose the weight and lose it in a healthy manner by eating high quality food. So with intermittent fasting, if it works for you, great. My only thing is it doesn't teach you about calories and it doesn't teach you about the quality of food. But if it works for you, keep it. I just think that you should also understand, ask yourself this question, can I do this over a long period of time? Now, when it comes to the ketogenic diet, this diet is probably more popular in intermittent fasting right now. It seems to go back and forth. It's intermittent fasting and it's keto, then it's low carb. But going back to keto, the ketogenic diet is typically a diet that typically focuses on high fats, moderate protein, and moderate to low carbs. What I don't like about this diet is that it likes to focus on one macronutrient, the second and the third. So you're typically gonna have high fats and moderate protein to basically low carbs. What I don't like about that is if you're someone who likes to have carbs, this diet won't work for you. If you're someone that likes to have a lot of high protein foods, this diet might not work for you, but it's still moderate protein, so it might still work. Any diet that likes to minimize one macronutrient is typically a diet I don't like because when it comes to our macronutrients, carbs, fats, protein, right? All those three macronutrients play a role within our body. For fats, it's typically cell production. For carbs, it's the body's main fuel source of energy. So when we talk about energy throughout the day, for us humans, we need carbs. Our bodies run off of glucose, right? And when it comes to protein, protein has something called amino acids that help build and repair the muscle cells. So if you're trying to build muscle, you should be having more protein foods and you should be strength training, right? But when it comes to having low protein foods, that's not gonna work. So when you're going out with friends and family, once again, almost like with intermittent fasting, it's restricting you and telling you you have to have high fat foods. So when it comes to fats, right, you have unsaturated and saturated fats, right? And when it comes to the unsaturated fats, those are the healthier fats. When it comes to now having saturated fats, those are typically the unhealthy fats, right? And this plays into your cholesterol, your HDL and your LDL. And what you want to do is make sure that you're not just focusing on one, because when you're coming to now cooking food and preparing, you have to have basically the majority of your foods be high in fats and be low in carbs. And when it comes to the food we have available to us in society, most of the foods that we have access to is typically high in carbs. So the fact that you're gonna do that and reduce your carbs so low, you're probably not gonna feel too good. And it's gonna be hard to go out and prepare food at home. So I typically don't like the ketogenic diet. Now, does it work for weight loss? Yes, it works for weight loss. Why? Because it puts you in a calorie deficit. And when it comes to someone who wants to lose weight, that's pretty much all you're looking for. So don't go try a diet just because it's popular. You wanna make weight loss as easy and simple as possible. Not because you wanna lose weight, you're gonna go try this diet that doesn't work for you, right? And that's what most of us are doing right now. We're hopping on a trend, and this is your health. You don't wanna hop on a trend just to lose weight. You wanna lose weight and make it very, very simple and easy for you. When it comes to low carb diets, right? Now, low carb diets, and I would touch on the carnivore diet too, but low carb diets are typically not so good because same thing as it goes back to the ketogenic diet, it's basically the same thing. It reduces carbs. Carbs typically pretty much get a bad name when it comes to weight loss. And you can still eat carbs and still lose weight. So when your body, or when someone's telling you to reduce carbs from your body, to just have less of that, they're not really giving you the best advice. My point of making this video is to tell you that when it comes to losing weight, you wanna be able to have carbs, fats, and protein and still be able to lose the weight. Because maybe you wanna have a meal that's high in fats. Maybe you wanna have a meal that's high in protein or carbs. I don't want you to say to yourself, you can't have that because you're on this special diet. And that diet you're on, no matter if it's intermittent fasting, keto, or if it's carnivore or low carb diet, you're probably gonna come off that diet at some point, right? Because that has to become a lifestyle, right? Like for people who are vegan, it's a lifestyle. You don't just try it, that's it, you're vegan. And when you start doing this, you have to understand you are now embarking on this like lifelong journey of eating this way when you're just trying to lose weight. So my advice to you is don't go put yourself in a situation where you have to focus on one macronutrient. Focus on all three and be able to have your favorite foods, healthy favorite foods, not junk food, and still just be in that caloric range to lose the weight. Because with all those diets, yes, it works, but the one thing they all have in common, or something they all have in common, is calories. And if you watch my videos for a while, you know that I'm a big component on calories. I don't focus on just one macronutrient. If anything, some days I may have higher carbs, higher protein, but I make sure I hit my calories for the day because I understand my goal is to build muscle and get stronger. So for me, I want to hit my calorie surplus because I'm going to gain weight, right? And hit my protein goals. And for you that's watching this, I want you to understand that if you like having rice, eat rice. If you like having chicken, steak, eat that. And if it's someone that likes avocados, eat that too, right? You want to enjoy the foods and still lose the weight. You don't want to make this difficult for yourself because weight loss can already be difficult for some people just because it's food restriction. So when it comes to this video, what I want you to take away from this is that you do not need to try a certain trend of a diet when it comes to losing weight. Just make sure you reduce your calories and put yourself in a deficit. Weight loss is very, very simple once you have a game plan. It's only hard because you're making it hard for yourself. And you listen to everyone else. Stop listening to everyone else. Don't even listen to me. Go do your research. Understand how weight loss works, right? You put yourself in a negative energy balance, which is a calorie deficit, you will lose the weight. But the problem is we have so much access to food that people don't know how to just stop eating. Not that you need to restrict yourself so low. I'm not saying go have 500 calories or something or 700 calories. But what I am saying is just reduce your calorie intake from maintenance and you'll be fine. A lot of those diets don't teach you about calories. It don't teach you about food quality. And it doesn't really teach you about the main roles that all those three macronutrients play within our bodies. Now, if you're in good health and you're losing weight and your doctor said that you're fine, then great. You enjoy this lifestyle of going keto or whatever the diet may be, then go for it. But if you're someone that's new and you're hearing this information and you're telling yourself, I have to do this to lose weight, I'm here to tell you, you do not have to do this to lose weight. Find out what your maintenance calories are, Type in TDEE calculator on Google. Go into Google, type in TDEE calculator, and put in your information, and it's going to tell you where you should be at when it comes to maintenance. And once you get there, because you may not already be there, once you get there, right? Because some people are typically under eating because we're so busy throughout the day. Most people are only having 1,300 calories, maybe 1,400 calories throughout the day. And that's not enough food. You need to have more food. And a big component of my channel is to tell people, mostly because I work with women, is to have more food, eat more food. Stop listening to people telling you to not eat food. Eat food, have more food. Just make sure you're being active too. Have more food, have more protein, just be active. Make sure you're working out 3 to 5 times a week at home or the gym, doesn't matter. And on top of that, just be active. Make sure you're taking walks and you're not just being sedentary, because society will make you think you need to eat so less of food to lose a lot of weight, and you don't. Yes, you have to reduce your calories, but you shouldn't be out here being scared of food, and you shouldn't be out here being scared of calories. We need calories, we need food. Food is life. So if you're someone that's watching this and you're scared to eat, I'm here to tell you my mission is to make you not be scared of food, because we need it. And sometimes when it comes to the fitness and nutrition industry, sometimes we get we're being given the wrong message as far as how we should be looking at food. You should not be scared of carbs. You should not be scared of protein. You should not be scared of fats, right? This is not like a monster that's under your bed. This is food that our body needs. What you should be scared of is junk food. Stay away from junk food, right? You don't need that. But I know sometimes we indulge, so I get it. But try to limit that to the best ability that you can. So as I leave you all off on this video, my biggest thing that I want you to take away from is that you do not need to try a certain diet when it comes to losing weight. Stop asking what's the best diet for weight loss. Understand what's best for you and not this trend, and just understand calories and macros, understand carbs, fats, and protein. Take some time to Google what carbs, fats, and protein is. Keep watching my YouTube videos. I'm gonna tell you what it is, and just understand the role they play within our body and why we need them, and just nourish your body with more and more food. Stop thinking you need to eat less. You actually need to eat more. And if you're under eating, then I want you to have more food. And you're gonna find out that when you go and type in your TDEE calculator, when you type that in and you find your maintenance calories, if you're having less food, I want you to get to that maintenance. If your maintenance is 2,000 calories, get to 2,000 calories, because you should be having more food. If you are an adult human being, 1,000 calories is not gonna cut it. Unless you're reducing your calories, then you may have to get that low, but then at some point you bring it right back up. You're not staying there, right? So you may have to drop down that low, maybe that's your situation. But the goal is to shift your calories right back up to be in a healthier place, because when your body doesn't have enough food, it does not run efficiently enough, and you don't want that. So that's my big takeaway for you all. Don't worry about what the best diet is for weight loss. Understand calories and understand macros, and just put yourself in a calorie deficit and you'll be fine.